Sí, buenas tardes tengan todos nuestros amigos que nos siguen en nuestro portal de centrotampa.com. Hoy tenemos a Higinio. Higinio, él está mirando la cámara de esa manera because he's our guest and today is our first time doing our Facebook Live and on our website in English. Hello, Higinio. How
Hello,
are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Thanks for
Welcome
inviting
to.
me.
You're welcome. Welcome to this entire Spanish publication. But it was very nice of you accepting our invitation to talk in English and
Okay.
explain to us a little bit about what are you doing. But before that, we want to hear a little bit about your experience in your life. What are you doing? What is your background?
Okay. My college, my education, and my business career has been in economics, finance, business, and I had the good fortune through my career to be involved with a great many launches of new businesses. And these were new businesses for Fortune 100 and Fortune 200 companies. I even got to work hand in hand with a Baker Scholar from Harvard University for a Fortune 100 company that launched a $65 million business in the construction products industry. That's my formal background, my education, my business. My avocation has been psychology, human behavior, social behavior, anthropology, behavioral economics, business trends in society. And I can say that the study and staying close to those disciplines has probably helped my career evolve more than anything else.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic ride for
And
me.
tell me something, how a person like you is so into love? Is it like, what make you do that connection with your background and your culture? Because you told me before that your parents, they're Latinos? Your parents?
My father was from Lima, Peru, and my grandmother was from deep in the hills of Somerset, Kentucky.
Oh,
But I was
okay.
born in Cincinnati to a Caucasian mother, and where I grew up, there were not many Hispanics. When I came to Florida years ago, I was amazed by all of the different cultures here. And I became involved with the Tampa Bay Hispanic Chamber, and I really became more proud of who I am and, that I'm a part of this huge, huge Latino community. I've also done extensive traveling throughout South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. And along with my background, my business, my interest in the Hispanic culture, opportunities, etc., I became really involved when online dating began several years ago, and I've been following it since then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now, do you think that a emotion or passion for the Hispanic community is because of your parents being in your life, or what is the main reason you want to do it in Spanish? Because you have more people that can go and to your website. What is the main reason you have it for Hispanic?
Okay, well, first of all, again, I became so much more proud of my own Hispanic, culture, Peruvian, and I've learned more about Peru since I've been in Florida than I did at any other time in my life. But yes, I have a passion for the Latino community in general, and after traveling as extensively as I did in South America and Central America and the Caribbean again, I met a lot of fantastic, wonderful people living under some conditions that are really tough. It's hard for them in some of these countries. We read about it in the news all the time. So it was pretty easy for me to reach down inside and find the passion for this project. I've always had passion for whatever I've done in life anyway. And I'm a real believer that if more people were in love, this would be so much better world to live in, and so many things would go much better than they do now.
That's true. That's true. That totally agree with you. And this is the point. What was the moment that Eugenio was sitting and was like maybe drinking coffee or thinking about what am I gonna do next in my life? How the whole business started with the LatinConnection.com.
Okay.
What made you decide that name? What made you decide this is the path that I'm gonna go now?
Okay. It actually, my in business actually began with Sebcor Corporation, which is a corporation that is designed to improve the lives of Hispanics, Latinos around the world in their personal lives, in their relationships, in their social settings, and especially in their economic opportunities. Sepcor has already done some things in some countries to help the entrepreneurs that are there, that are trying to launch their own businesses, because really it's the only opportunity they have to survive. Along the way, I became, like I said, I was studying the online dating industry, and I went online for a couple of Hispanic sites, and I saw, to me, an insult to the Latino community. Most of the Hispanic sites that are out there focused on all of the physical. They focused on the, and that some of them even advertise, meet sexy Latinos, meet sexy Latin women. The girls all posed in very provocative positions. They wrote provocative profiles. I think they may have been encouraged to do that. And there were a couple of sites that, would arrange love weekends with Latinos.
Exactly.
And to me, that just missed the whole point of things. I've had Sunday dinner in these countries where the extended family shows up. You've been there. I mean, 30 or 40 people show up. Grandma, grandpa, cousins, brothers, sisters, children running all
clan.
over the place, the whole clan. And you can see to me, when I saw that, we used to do that in this country years ago. We don't do it now. But to me, watching that was like the Dead Sea Scrolls to understand Latino culture. And the love, the devotion, the pride of heritage, the cultural, the traditions, the family orientation, the love of their kids, the respect for each other. All of those things exist, they come from the heart and the soul.
Exactly.
And I was finding Latin dating sites on the website that all they talked about was the physical characteristics. And they had bikini galleries, and they had most popular features, and you go to those and it was more bikini galleries.
Exactly, that they were not representing what real Latino culture, real Latinos, the normal Latinos are doing in the daily days. The basic,
they weren't.
That is not the way that they were selling us properly.
Yeah,
basically.
What they weren't representing was what the Latinos can bring to a relationship.
Exactly.
And it's a given that the Hispanic culture produces handsome men and beautiful women. That's a given.
That's true.
And those are the things that attract each other. But the things that hold a relationship together and help it to grow are all of these core values.
Exactly.
And what the existing dating sites, were saying is those core values don't exist.
Exactly.
Now, they were saying this is all that you're going to get to see. And I thought that was very unfair because I met so many good people in those countries, and I thought, we need a better representation.
Beautiful. So, I'm glad that you're doing that for us and, representing us the good way. Now, when did you start the website?
I started 3 years ago with the idea. Okay. And of course, my background is in construction, and it's been where my entire career evolved. I learned a lot there, but boy, did I, find out how much I didn't know about the internet, about websites, about development, and about putting something like this together. So my first search took me in a direction. I found a web developer, and we couldn't pull it off. We couldn't put together what I wanted. Okay. So I went through another developer, and I'm on my third developer now. Okay. But the third developer does have prior experience in building these sites. So based on my directions and sharing what my design was to be, they were able to put it together, and we finally launched in January of this year.
Oh, okay. Well, and now let's say that I'm the Latina that is looking for a good looking and smart and honest, passionate, and good looking man, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in front of my computer.
Okay.
Guide me, what am I gonna do in your site? Because most of the people, they say, I don't wanna go to that site. They ask for so many things, they ask for this, they ask for that, and they charge too much money. Do you think that a lot of money means that some people say, well, you have to pay the $50 because that's gonna give you the filter that not everybody's there? What is your opinion about that, and how can I start the process if I'm looking for somebody special in my life to spend the rest of my life with that person?
Okay. Well, first of all, it's fairly easy.
Okay.
If
We
you're in front
type-
of your computer, you type www.latinconexiones.com.
Do you want to spell it? Because sometimes conexiones
Sure.
is spelled different.
Okay,
We
it's
don't want to.
Latin, Latin, Conexiones, Conexiones.com.
Beautiful.
And you can do this on your mobile too. On your mobile, you go to Google Play, you type in Latin Conexiones, or you thumb in Latin Conexiones, and it comes up and you can begin. The first step, of course, is sign in, and we ask some basic information so that you can establish a profile, a page on the site.
It's a long process right there?
No,
Because
in
people
fact-
get worried, like, oh, it's too
Yeah.
long. And
In fact,
it's very easy, basic.
my research, my study on online dating, actually, I became so well known, if you will, in the online dating that I was invited to join the International Dating Executive Alliance.
Okay.
This is invitation only, and there are only 90 of us around the world that are looking to protect the overall online dating industry, to look out for its best
That's
interests.
good to know.
and
That
make
give a
sure-
lot of safety
Yes.
to your website.
Yes. Now, what we did was we reviewed a lot of sites, and you're right, some sites ask many, 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 many questions. One site asked 600 questions.
I know.
600.
Yeah.
I get tired after answering 20.
Yeah.
And we felt, and we've seen it with Google Plus and Facebook and so forth, too much information on the internet is not good. If there's a security breach, then all of that personal information is out there. We've designed our site so that it has minimal questions.
Okay,
And
I enter my answers.
Answers, yeah.
Okay, that goes to you guys in your storage.
It goes to the site.
Exactly. And now, when the magic start, how did that process behind that? Because there's a lot of people that probably they like type in, oh, here we go. How did that magic start on your side? That's
Okay.
very good to know, because normally you enter your information, but to match that person and
Yeah.
how do you do that? Is a program? Is a human people? How do that happen?
It all happens just the way you and I would do it here,
Okay.
except you're doing it on the site. I feel personally that the journey that two people take to learn each other, to know each other, to discover each other is one of the greatest journeys you can take. How people ask and answer questions is, tells you a lot about them. So you've signed on, you have your username, and you're immediately taken to a dashboard. It's called a dashboard. And you have options on the dashboard, and you can go to search. Okay, you want to search Carabobo, okay?
Carabobo in Venezuela.
In Venezuela,
Yeah.
yes. You want to search, you type it in, and up
You can
pops the male members, the female members, depends on what you're looking for. And then you can begin to just review, all the members that are there. In the left-hand corner of one of their photos is a message, send message. You can click on that, up pops, similar to Facebook, a block. You type in your message, you hit enter, and off it goes. So
Okay.
you've begun, hi, how are you? Hello, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? Et cetera, et cetera. And then wait for an answer.
Okay, and this is just for Latin community. Like everybody that is in there, there's Americans there too, or people from Europe that speak different language, or it's just totally for Latinos.
The site is in Spanish,
It's in Spanish,
Portuguese,
Portuguese,
and English.
English. That
Now,
basically you can match people that live in the United States that is just say looking for somebody that they want a Latina or
Colombia,
they want
Venezuela,
a Colombian.
Brazil.
Okay. Okay. And what is the big difference between your portal or your website to the other website? What is the price? Is the connection that you have with them when they're trying to match the following the whole process? What is the key that you say my website is different to other websites that are connecting
Okay.
people?
We've taken into consideration that the Hispanic, the Latino community has not yet fully embraced online dating to the extent that Americans or Europeans have. They're a little bit behind. That's the cultural influence. You know, normally you meet people in the Latino community through church, family, social functions, and so forth. Now it's online, and that's a
Okay.
little that flies in the face a little bit with culture. So we've taken into consideration that the Latino community has still not fully embraced it, and we have the difference between us is we're trying to help those people. The bottom of each page is frequently asked questions, which help you. You know, you
Yeah.
said, okay, I've signed in, now what do I do?
Yeah,
There's all
exactly.
the questions, how to
Okay.
navigate the site, how to manage your page. Secondly, at the top of each page, we have a news button, and I'd love to be able to show that because it's unique to Latin Conexiones.
Okay.
You know what?
It's a specific button.
It's a green button that says news. In
News.
Spanish, it would be.
Okay. Okay.
You click on the button, and it takes you to our blog page where we have numerous articles from industry experts all around the
Okay.
world, online dating, sexual health, safety practices, privacy, online dating etiquette. You know, it's a complete education. It's there to educate and inform and help the Latinos have a good experience.
Okay.
That's the biggest difference between us and the others.
Okay. Now two more questions about the whole security and finding like how you wanna call it, don't wanna call it that way, but people that are there not looking for what they're looking for.
Yeah.
How you can tell people that your website the information is safe and they're not gonna because some people say, oh, but I don't wanna do it that way because who knows when I see that person, is gonna do something bad to me or who knows. How do you know that person is not lying to you guys to connect that other person the safety way?
Okay, one of the first ways that we felt to tackle that challenge was to establish a dating site that is not full of all the other things that we talked about before. Okay, because if you have a site like that, then it's going to attract people
Exactly.
that have ill intentions. We have built what is characterized as a community dating site. We try to get that whole idea across that it's a community site. This keeps some of those people away because they know that
Exactly.
that
They're not
they're not going
gonna
to find what you're
anything
looking
there.
for.
Exactly.
Okay? So community dating site. We emphasize to report abusive behavior, whether it's photos or profiles. We have all of the current high-tech security that can be had, the same that Match.com uses and Facebook uses.
And that's the way that you can protect the
That's the way we can
security,
try. That's the way we can
to
try. But as you can see, but I have an explanation for why Facebook has had so many problems. But that you can try to guard against that. Now, can you keep all of those evil people away? No. I myself have had to delete some new users who signed onto the site, and the photos they wanted to post or the text that they wanted to post was not consistent with what we're trying to do with the site. We ask and we continue to remind our members, help us do the same thing. Report this aberrant behavior so we can get those people off the site.
Oh, Okay. And now, Eugenio, we're very close to end the interview, but this has
Okay.
been really good, and I don't want to finish, but this is one of the big concerns. And do you have any example of those couple that ended to marry? Or do you have any couple that say, thank you very much, Eugenio, what you did for us? Do you want to share one of the experiences? No name, not with
Yeah.
names, but something that touched your heart and say, this is what I'm doing this. This is why I believe in love, and this is what I'm continuing doing it.
Okay. When we launched the site, we didn't know if this would work or not.
Yeah,
We had a
like
premise.
any business that
We
you
had a
start.
premise that that the Latino community around the world would accept it. They want it. They need it. What we've seen is phenomenal growth into 92 countries, which answers, one of your previous questions. There aren't 92 Latino countries, I can tell you that. So we have Europe, Canada, North America, Spain, Portugal, Russia, Asia, the Middle East. We have members. But getting back to your question, which was help
The
me again.
example about the couple that
Okay.
you saw them now that
yeah.
they say, Eugenio, look at this is a picture, you did it.
I lost my
And
train
they're
of thought there
feeling.
for a moment. But the first evidence that it is a solid idea, a solid site, was, of course, the growth. And incidentally, so far this month, we've had more than 40,000 members log back on. These are
Unbelievable.
existing
Congratulations.
users.
You
Yeah.
say those numbers, but that's not easy. Believe me,
No,
I'm in
it's
this
not.
business, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
The other thing is, it's too early for a couple to have met, let's say in April, and be married today.
Exactly.
And that it
By
doesn't
years
work that way.
before you had the
But we
experience.
have so many testimonials from people and from women especially who've said, thank you. Thank you for creating a site to meet, nice people, wonderful people, and so forth. And we're using some of those testimonials in
Your
our
website.
advertising.
And that's
our
why you go
marketing.
to bed and you say, this is what
yeah,
this is
it's-
what I'm doing this.
This is what it
The
works.
connection.
Yeah, and then the last comment I would like to make is Sebcor is the overall corporation that is designed to help the Latino community do all those things I said before. Latin Conexiones is only a part of that. There are many other things that we want to do. So the growth of Latin Conexiones and the opportunities that it will provide, the funding that it will provide, will help us do some amazing things.
Yeah,
throughout
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Any other business, as a business, because you have to pay your bills and you have different packages that people can get from, or you have a specific package that.
We have once you can join the site for free, and you can navigate around the site for free, and you can do several things. But if you want to have a video chat with one of our members, you can do that on our site.
Oh, okay.
On other sites, you have to go to WhatsApp or Skype.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you can do that on our site.
Okay, that's good to know.
yeah.
That's a good beginning for people who want to try at least. It's
Yeah.
something that they're looking for.
If you bought a new car and you're talking to your cousin in Carabobo and you want to tell her, you can attach a photo of the car to your message.
Oh, okay.
In our site. You can't do that with other sites. Again, you have to
Okay.
leave the site to send more photos.
That's nice. Like
but-
a little WhatsApp inside of your site.
Yes, yeah.
A little
Actually,
connection.
it's a little like Facebook, but I want to be careful there because we don't do we don't allow any advertising. We won't allow any
Okay.
advertising. We will protect the privacy of our members to the
Okay.
greatest extent possible. We're not looking to become a mega gazillionaire.
Exactly.
We're just looking to do some really good things.
Nice.
But if you want to do some of these other things, the video chat, to have chats with other members, to send photos and so forth, then yes, you subscribe.
Okay.
And you can subscribe for 3 months or 6 months or a year. It's about $10 a month.
Oh, wow.
It's not $50 a month.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
That's
that
a
we
good
wanted-
number right there.
Well, it's an even better number, for our brethren and our sisters in, South America and Central
Yeah,
America, because their
exactly.
standard of living is a lot different than
Yeah,
ours.
$10 over there is like
$10,
a month.
yes.
You know, like it's a lot of
So
money.
it's-
They're working the whole entire month to get the $10.
Yes.
But there's anything that you think that you have in your list that we didn't touch, and you have like 2 minutes to tell us if it's something that you want to let people know about your side. That I think, in personally, is that touch that you have with the Latinos is the best part of the whole side, and with the other communities too, of course. But you know, you thinking about the Latino community, that's very nice of you doing it too.
I think,
and if you have something else that you want to add, this is the moment you can do
well,
it.
I'm going to do a little bit of marketing here. We funded this. I funded this project on my own. Now, most dating sites, when they launch, they go to crowdfunding, they go to banks, they go to investors, they go on Shark Tank and so forth and so on, and they get millions of dollars and do all kinds of advertising and marketing and so forth. We are not doing that. We are trying to control our growth, control our community-oriented environment and members. So we're growing at a different rate, but a good rate. And we depend a lot on word of mouth. I found that over my career to be the best advertising out there.
Okay.
So we ask our members and our friends and so forth to share it with their friends. That's the first thing. The second thing is we really are distinctly unique with respect to online dating sites. This community sense, the spirit of what we're trying to do, and the things that we'll add to the site that are consistent with that are going to be very, very helpful to them too. We have a lot of things on the table for our members, which may involve e-commerce and other things. So it's really their site, and they're going to have a say in how it looks, how it's built, what is added, and so forth. So
That's nice.
it's exciting.
That's very exciting. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for
You're
sharing
welcome.
with us this good news. And he's in Tampa. He's locally, and he's growing super fast, and he's doing an incredible job trying to protect the safety of all the members. And if you are, watching this video, we invite you to connect, with your website. You want to repeat it one more time?
www.latinconexiones.com. That's LatinConexiones.com.
Pues allí va a estar Higinio esperándolos para que lo visiten. You're going to be there waiting for people to link in there and connect, and maybe you can find the love that you're waiting for. And, you never know.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
like, that the magic happen.
Yes.
Thank you very much for following us, for sharing this video, for, being there for us. And we're going to see Higinio maybe in next opportunity. We don't know when, but,
I hope so.
maybe with a story of a couple that got together and they can tell us their experience.
It will
maybe. I wish you a beautiful day, and wait for our next Facebook Live or the interviews. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.